I want to jump right into our next topic, which is something D-Lake wanted to talk to everybody about. So, D-Lake, why don't you tell us about 5 NSA surveillance myths that have been debunked?
Right, 5 surveillance myths stalling NSA reform debunked. And this week on the 11th was the day we fight back, where over 6,000 organizations, companies, and websites pledged their support to roll back their surveillance state by inundating members of Congress with calls, emails, tweets, and Facebook posts in support of the USA Freedom Act, a bill with nearly 150 bipartisan co-sponsors that would end the bulk collection of Americans' sensitive records. Myth number 1. The NSA surveillance programs have thwarted terror attacks here at home. At early congressional hearings, administration representatives insisted that spying programs, including the now infamous collection of phone records in bulk, had stopped 54 terrorist incidents. As members pushed for more detail, the administration said around 10 of those were based in the U.S. Weeks later, the number shrank to 4, and then ultimately a single case in Southern California where a San Diego cab driver was convicted of sending $8,500 to a Somali terrorist group. Myth number 2. NSA data crunching programs only work if you collect all information on everyone.
It really is a good one for people to read, because just that first part about how they said, oh, we stopped all these terrorist things, and then they're like, all right, show us. It's like, oh, we stopped a few. It's like, all right, show us.
The ACLU, they frighten you. They are like the guy that beats his wife and then buys her a Cadillac. They are part of the people that are destroying free speech by not letting people proclaim their religion when they want to. And they're also the people that make sure you're allowed to practice the religion that they won't let you talk about. The ACLU is really the perfect example of everything right and everything wrong with the country, all in one organization. Because I know they do a lot of good. They do
the
a lot
American
of good.
Civil Liberties Union, isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Myth number 3. All relevant decision makers were briefed on the programs and approved them. Some members of Congress were briefed on the telephone record program, but by and large, they were not. In fact, the House Intelligence Committee is still denying members of the House access to information about NSA surveillance to this very day.
So pretty much, they said that they told Congress everything, and then Congress is like, no, you didn't. We're asking, and you won't tell us.
Yeah. Myth number 4. There's simply no other less intrusive way to achieve the same ends. Sam, Kyle, how do you feel about myth number 4? There's simply no other less intrusive way to achieve the same ends. That's what NSA says, so that they can keep their program. Do you guys want to debunk that?
I like the way that she went at this in the article, which is, what are those ends? Like, what are you trying to achieve? Because it seems like the only thing you're trying to achieve is to data mine everybody's information from all of their communication throughout the entire country and really throughout the entire world. So if that's your goal, because we don't really see any other goal, well then yeah, that is the only way to do it, is to, like, you got to get everybody's information to get everybody's information. But as far as keeping the country safe or whatever, well, we can clearly see that it's had no effect on that whatsoever. You stopped a dude from sending $8,000. Woo fucking who? Wow. What can you... That you stopped him from buying, maybe 3 rifles. Wow.
Well, he could just steal them from his mom and supposedly shoot up a school. Don't worry about it. Okay? It's domestic terrorism. Listen, myth number 5. President Obama's changes significantly address the privacy violations revealed in the last 8 months. Of course, the last 8 months are the last 8 months since the Edward Snowden leaked documents came out. Basically through The Guardian and Glenn Greenwald, where this article is on The Guardian. I personally believe that it's part of a limited hangout to take down Obama. The president's apparent decision to stop the NSA from amassing Americans' phone records with suspicion is a good first step, but addressing only the tip of the iceberg. Notably absent from the president's recent speech on surveillance was a commitment to end other
approve this message.
forms of bulk collection. Congress needs to finish the job by rewriting the laws to ensure that no records or communications can be collected in mass, suspicion-free fashion, and that the government's tools be targeted only at those suspected of wrongdoing. And this sort of leads into the whole Rand Paul thing, because if you guys are aware, this week he filed a lawsuit against Obama, Alexander, all his NSA